What's one item you didn't realize was expensive until you became an adult? Lots of things, but recently I bought a rug, and I had no idea rugs would be that expensive. I have wood floors for the first time, so I've never needed to buy one before. Rugs are so stupid expensive. We have all wood floors too, so we needed a big rug for our living and room. The absolute cheapest one we could find was $200, and we bought a $60 pad to go under it because it was literally the cheapest piece of shit, and it was so thin. I cheated and got a carpet off card that had the edge bound. No pattern, but it's plush, and it's lasted about 6 years under my computer chair with no damage so far. Cost me $8 Australian. Bed sheets, blankets, pillows, at least the good sets. I just want a nice comfy bedroom, but my blankets don't match the decoration. Ross is a good place for that. Or waiting for the clearance items at Jmaxx, which also has an online store, or Marshalls. Also, clearance at Target and H&M is fantastic. It adds up. But if you can save up and keep your eye on when things go to clearance, it's not so bad. Yeah. But where I live there isn't any of those stores, and even if they got online discounts, the international shipping make everything more expensive. Upgrading to new tech. When I was 16 to 20, dropping a few hundred for a new laptop or a games console was a no-brainer, providing I had saved enough. Now I have a laptop that barely survives, that I can replace, but it hurts too much to part with the money, because you never know. I just replaced my MacBook Pro 2012 and my iPhone SE. Tech costs an arm and a leg. It seems worse now, because everything becomes outdated quickly. Ooh, I so feel this. My poor mid 2012 Pro is on its last legs, but I still have a legal copy of Adobe CS4 that works on it, albeit a few OS updates back, because updating the OS would break it. So I don't really want to go to the effort of refiguring out how to get the programs and stuff I need. Out of curiosity, what did you upgrade to? I've been agonizing over what computer I want next, as much as I hate to think about it. Buying a house. I'm not just talking about the price of the house, but just to acquire the house is stupid expensive. And then you need to buy all the furniture for the house. That is expensive. When I moved into my first unfurnished apartment, I about shat myself when I found out how much a decent couch and bed / nightstand set was. Then I had to buy the damn mattress. Legos. Buying them for the nieces and nephews. Thought I was going to be the cool uncle by buying them huge sets. That strategy got changed quite quick. You took them all to Legoland instead. You all can get one brick of one color. But uncle, we want a Lego set. Looks over to the $200+ sets. Ask Santa. Pets. I always had dogs and cats growing up. Well, a few years ago I decided to get my own dog. Large breed dogs are expensive. My dog now has health issues. He is allergic to chicken and has sensitive skin. I spend $100 monthly on special dog food for him. Plus he needs vitamins, monthly groomer visits, yearly physical, toys, etc. Animals are expensive. I was watching Homeward Bound a few days ago. All I could think about is how the duck can these people afford to fly 3 pets from San Francisco to Canada? Amen. My husband and I just adopted our first puppy. We both grew up with animals. I guess all of them have just been in great health. I don't know. This puppy of ours. This boy has cost us a ton of money in the 18 weeks of his life. 13 of which have been with us. We've spent around $700 in vet bills alone. The dumb boy eats things he shouldn't and then gets sick. Last week he sprained his foot. We were all scared it was his ACL and that he would need surgery. It's insane. The dumb boy eats things he shouldn't and then gets sick. Is it a Labrador? If it is, do not keep anything near him. I know when I was crate training mine, the vet told me anything in the crate he would try to eat, including a blanket and pillow. Also, he might be bored. Give him some carrots. Dogs like to chew on those. Office furniture. Who would have thought it would be $300 for a comfy chair? Edit. As a college student, it appears I still have much to learn. $300 is nothing for an office chair, lol. An expensive office chair that you're sitting in for hours a day most days of the week is not an expense. It's an investment. Herman Miller has entered the chat. Utilities. There's a reason my parents used to walk around flipping switches saying, "What? Do you have stock in Edison?" Exclamation mark. Or that my mom would throw a sweater at us when we'd complain about being cold, but were wearing t-shirts and shorts. Barefoot. Now I'm my mom. Here's a blanket. Put on some socks. Quit complaining. Modern LED lights and up-to-date insulation really is a game changer. I moved to a larger house that was fully renovated. My utilities were cut in half. It's crazy how much energy old houses waste. I can attest to this. Went from a 2-bedroom apartment that was older to a 2-year-old 3-bedroom house, and the electric bill for the house was only like $120. Like $80 cheaper than the apartment. That's from us keeping almost constantly at 68 degrees. Rent. My parents have owned their home since I was 3 and paid off their mortgage while I was still a kid. So I never realized how expensive it could be just to have somewhere to live. Cost of living is a complicated strategy game. When I lived in Vermont, my rent was cheap at $500 a month, $1,000 apartment for 850 SQFT, but the best paying job I could find was $47K year. Now living in the Boston area, I was able to find jobs double my income in VT, but my rent is $900 a month, $1,800 apartment for 675 SQFT. Juggling cost of living with availability of employment/compensation, access to amenities, and distance to family/friends is a very tough act. Yes, I currently live in the Rust Belt. My house was $24K, but a terrible place to live, and as a nurse, BSN, I make $45K. I also hate living here, and get very little joy out of it. I moved back from LA, where I made $100K as a nurse, and paid like $1,300 a month in rent, and loved my neighborhood and everything about it. Can't wait to move back. Owning and running a car. If you think oil changes are expensive, just think about the cost to replace the motor. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.